Here is the English translation. Damn. Zhang Yuanqing suddenly didn't want to stay in the main hall any longer. He felt a hopeless dread, with no heaven or earth to cry out to. This place was extremely dangerous, yet he could seek no outside help and had only himself to rely on. After much hesitation, he gritted his teeth and steeled himself, bending down to drag out the skeleton wrapped in work clothes. Swoosh! The clothes tore easily during the pulling. After so many years, the garment had long rotted away. Dragging the corpse into the candlelight, he suppressed his disgust and started examining it. Even in death, the body could speak. Figuring out the cause of death could help him avoid many dangers. Several ribs and the breastbone are broken. The right shoulder has fine cracks but nothing too serious. The deceased had suffered heavy injuries before death, but the exact cause couldn't be determined after so long. Next, Zhang Yuanqing found a few yellowed, brittle pages in the pockets of the veteran worker's clothes. They were quite old. Zhang Yuanqing was delighted. The pages were clearly found by the worker in the temple, which would help him understand this ancient temple. Squinting in the candlelight, he focused on reading the contents. Last night another junior brother went missing. This is already the third bizarre disappearance of our sect members in the temple. The senior brothers said Mount Sonda is haunted, or some high-level demon has come to seize people to eat every night. But many disciples with strong cultivation live in the temple, and Master is the most famous mystic within 100 miles. What foolish demon would dare come here to hunt? As for ghosts, my corpse-suppressing and soul-summoning talismans are enough to handle them without troubling Master. I have a bad feeling about this and need to plan with eldest senior brother. Today another person disappeared. That's 5 people now. Master had us keep it from the incense guests to avoid impacting the temple's popularity. He must know something. Eldest senior brother and I plan to patrol at night. 3 days have passed and 3 more people vanished, yet eldest senior brother and I noticed nothing unusual. The nights are calm. My bad premonition grows. Eldest senior brother acted very strange today. He seems to have discovered something and is furious about it. When I asked, he wouldn't tell me. He's in a bad mood. I'll ask again tomorrow. The one who disappeared today was eldest senior brother. I searched all of Mount Sonda yet couldn't find him. I can't take it anymore. I'm going to ask Master for an explanation. The other disciples support me too, because they are also very afraid. The writing here grew messy. Clearly the diary's owner was somewhat breaking down mentally. Zhang Yuanqing read on. After my repeated questioning, Master finally agreed to tell me the truth. I was right to be apprehensive. He did know the reason for the bizarre disappearances of our junior brothers. But Master said there were too many people and loose tongues in the day. After sunset he would come to my room and tell me an earth-shaking secret spanning thousands of years of rise and fall. After dinner, I awaited in my room for sunset. Since the night disappearances began, there has not been a single day I so eagerly anticipated nightfall. The record on the pages ended here. No more? The abrupt ending was somewhat dissatisfying. Zhang Yuanqing grimaced. He organized the information in the pages. During a certain year, disciples of this mountain temple vanished one after another bizarrely. The disciples were helpless and fear spread. The temple keeper, their master, seemed to know the reason behind this. This reason concerned a secret pivotal over thousands of years. Is uncovering this origin of the temple's decline the way to complete the second main quest? Zhang Yuanqing guessed. He put the brittle pages back into the work clothes on the corpse and pushed it back under the table, out of sight, out of mind. Then he contemplated his next steps. That's all the information from the main hall. To explore this old temple, I'll have to go out. That means facing its dangers. In the Xiling Tunnel legend, one worker did survive. If I follow in his footsteps, maybe I can find a way to survive too. After careful deliberation, Zhang Yuanqing walked to the main hall entrance and opened the two lattice doors, still in decent shape. Creak. The wooden axles made teeth-aching sounds. Gripping the doorframe, he stuck his head out and looked left and right. It was silent outside, appearing only somewhat desolate and eerie without visible danger. After observing for a while, he stepped across the threshold and followed the small goose-step stone path to the left of the main hall towards the rear temple courtyard. The moonlight resembled water. Amidst the undulating weeds, after 1 or 2 minutes of walking, buildings appeared ahead. It was a row of adjoining single-story houses forming a very spacious quadrangular courtyard with black-tiled roofs and white walls. Under the eaves were lattice windows and doors. The lattice doors were all gray and closed or fallen or open. The paper pasted over windows had become tattered from the erosion of time. In the bright moonlight, Zhang Yuanqing quickly glanced over the layout of the rear temple courtyard. Beside the courtyard ahead was an arch-shaped gate to the east, somewhat like the rear courtyards of wealthy households in dramas, with such arched gates connecting different yards. A towering tree grew in the yard beyond, branches and leaves lush and entwined. Amongst the swaying weeds in the courtyard, he discovered several skeletons wrapped in work clothes. Cautiously moving closer for careful examination, every skeleton was severely damaged with broken bones under the clothes. But unlike the one in the main hall, these skeletons had intact shoulder bones without cracks. These people suffered terrible injuries before death, dying very tragically. A gust of wind blew, branches rustling. Faintly, amidst the swish-swish sounds in the wind, Zhang Yuanqing heard sorrowful, pleading whispers. "Save me, save me." In this desolate, deathly silent night, cold sweat wet Zhang Yuanqing's back. He stood stiffly in place for a while. Soon, the wind stopped and the mournful whispers along with it. The yard next door did seem somewhat dangerous, but nothing came over. He silently exhaled in relief, then stepped on the weeds covering the courtyard, heading towards the houses, intending to explore this quadrangular courtyard.